This is theory. This is the way things should be. How have they been historically, especially in India?
Yeah. In the UK, a lot of the elements of the bankruptcy process evolved out of common sense and common law and good behavior by a variety of persons. The first codification of bankruptcy law in the UK actually came very late in the game. For hundreds of years, it was just going on as market practice. People did business with each other, and the self-organizing system groped and found these institutions. It's really quite remarkable. In India, in the bad old days, there was no bankruptcy process, which meant that you basically had no recourse, nothing. That if somebody defaulted on you, you had nothing. You had no ability to ask for anything. The first milestone was the SARFAESI Act, which was enacted in 2002. What it did was it created rights for a secured creditor. So if I give you a loan, you give me that pretty microphone as a collateral. So when you default on the loan, I'm able to go to the court and get the policeman, and we expropriate you of that microphone, because deal's a deal. You promised. If you fail to pay, you'll give me that microphone. Okay, that was done at SARFAESI 2002. And you can see the perverse dynamic that it takes you only towards liquidation. It will never keep the company as a going concern. And there was no uh, negotiation mechanism between the creditors for a collective solution where all the creditors come together. A weird thing happened in 2013. There was a new Companies Act. And I remember Monte Ahluwalia said to me that he was a cabinet member at the time. He was Deputy Chairman Planning Commission. And he spoke to the people in the Ministry of Company Affairs saying there should be chapters in the new Companies Act which are a full bankruptcy code with the negotiation process, with the collective action by creditors. And they assured him, yes, yes, we're going to do it. And in fact, it was not there. So when I first started these conversations with him, he said, are you sure it's not there in the Companies Act 2013? And I said, I have done my fair share of bedtime reading of the Companies Act, and there is some trivial winding up provisions, but there is no bankruptcy process in the Companies Act. And it took a long time for people to understand some of these basics.